Well, good morning, everybody. It's Barb Katie here. Happy Monday to you. This is our first talk in the very last month of 2023. And I thought maybe since we're right in the full swing of the holidays, maybe we talk a little bit about managing stress levels and where we can, trying to figure out a way to sort of de-stress when things begin to get a little bit too much. Our plate of life becomes a little bit too full, and we begin to having a little bit of difficulty coping. I don't know if it happens to you, but sometimes it happens to me. One of my problems, and I don't know if it's yours or not, is if you're an empathetic, caring person, you tend to let other people's stress become your stress. They're telling your cares, worries, and concerns, and you're listening and trying to put yourself in their shoes. But just because someone near and dear to you is upset or tense or maybe even angry does not mean you have to be too, to be empathetic and understanding. In fact, most of us will be able to support those we care about better if we keep things in our perspective and don't take on how they are totally feeling. We can understand and empathize, but we don't have to internalize. So that's one thing I was thinking about as we begin our conversation today. The other thing is not to let a bad situation get out of hand. And you know what I mean when I say a bad situation. We all have been in the middle of things, and we know that if we don't speak up or do something, it's just going to continue to spiral more and more out of control. And the best thing sometimes you can do is just nip it in the bud. The sooner you can do it, the easier it is to change things. But also the less tension that you're going to have uh, as you're going through it. I think of little kids because I see little kids really having difficulty sometimes putting things into perspective and slowing down and not having that temper tantrum that they may really feel they really want to have. And we as adults sometimes go through similar things ourselves. So it's important to nip these things in the bud before they get bigger than they should be. You'll be grateful that you took care of it sooner than later. Don't wait until the stress completely zaps you to take a break. By then, your adrenaline level and your blood pressure may be so high that you're about to skyrocket to the moon. Take a timeout for yourself. Timeouts are not just for children. As soon as you feel your own personal stress signals begin to fire, this might include things like you start getting tense in your neck and shoulders. Your muscles may be tightening up. You might start to hyperventilate a little bit, taking rapid and shallow breathings. You may even be clenching your jaw. You may have a jittery stomach, or you may even be gripping that pencil really, really tight. These are all little signals that tell you that you're just about to blow a gasket there and you need to do something to de-stress your own personal situation. Often, one of the things that's difficult for us to do is to ask for help, to call upon our spouses, our children, our brothers and sisters, our good friends and coworkers. They may not even have a clue that you're overwhelmed unless you tell them. I have found, much to my surprise during my life, that one of the things people do not do well is read my mind. Darn it, it would be so much easier if could just get inside my head and know what I was feeling and thinking, and I just didn't have to spout it out. But that's not the case. You often need to spell out what you're feeling, what you're going through, make a specific request, conveyed in a positive manner, and work to resolve it as best you can. And other people can really pitch in and be very helpful to you if you will just speak out. Stress actually can be good when it accompanies a positive event or give you the oomph to tough out a bad situation. But you'll know you've crossed the line to too much stress when you start feeling out of control. And I guess that's probably my biggest signal when everything starts spiraling and I feel like I don't have a grip anymore. I know I need to just back up and try to think of some ways to de-escalate the feelings that I'm having. And these are my top 10 favorites, not necessarily in any particular order, but just as I'm thinking of them and sharing them with you, I'd like to see if some of them resonate with you. If you would, in the comments, write down your favorite de-stressor at this time of the year or at any time. I'd love to hear them. I know all of us can use all the help we can get from each other, and this is a good opportunity to just jot down some thoughts. One of the things in my dream of dreams that I would like to do every single time I feel that I'm getting stressed, and I probably would feel it more if I would do this, is get a professional massage. Uh, if you've never had one, you'll be amazed at how warm and loose your muscles feel afterward. Your mind relaxes too. A lot of times they play calm, soothing music. They may even have some aromatherapy going on while you're having it. During stressful times, relief like this is anything but a luxury. It just gives you that time out you were looking for in the most pleasant of all possible environments. It's a gift you give yourself, in other words, and who better to give a gift to from time to time than yourself? You live with yourself every single day. The next thing, which is very easy to do, and it's one of my probably most frequent go-tos, is deep breathing. I find it is a good way to relax anywhere. I can do it on an airplane. I can do it in a car. I can do it waiting in the doctor's office. I can do it waiting in line at the store. There's so many opportunities to just take a few moments to bring oxygen deep into your lungs and slowly exhale it. And that sort of signals the brain as you breathe in and out slowly with focus and awareness to slow down, to calm down. Oh, it's going to be okay. It just takes a little bit of time. Chill out. You also know that I have my red nose about in really stressful situations. And sometimes laughter is one of the best de-stressors in the world. You need to plunk that red nose on in a very tense situation, and you will be amazed just how much it relieves your tension. Excuse me, and the tension of everybody around you. So humor has a role in this as well. Taking good care of yourself should be one of our top priorities every single day, but especially in times of stress, when your body is saying, I need to run away, or I need to stand up and fight this, and the adrenaline starts surging. That can be exhausting. Do you take time to build some type of self-care into your daily routine? That can be absolutely critical to allowing you to have the energy and reserves you need to handle moments of great stress in your life. Another thing that I have found really helps me, because time management gets in the way as well, is to build in a 30-minute cushion into my schedule. Unexpected events are bound to pop up. You just cannot predict or control the entire world around you. The cushion lets you deal with them without panic. I know right here in my community, we have a lot of road construction going on. And on any given day, you cannot reliably predict whether the interstate is going to be blocked or not. So building that 30-minute cushion in means I'm not pushing the edge of the envelope when I go about whatever routine I need to be and get to places that I should arrive in a specific time in order to keep things going. And I really and truly think that giving yourself that extra 30 minutes gives you a chill factor. You can just say, I got this, I can handle it. I planned for this. Some things you can plan for, not everything, but some things you can. And why not plan for the things that you can manage? That just in itself will help decrease the stress level. If this is another good tip, and I remember the first time I did this, I felt really sort of silly doing it, but boy, was it an eye-opener. When you find yourself tensing up more often than you'd like, put a mirror where you can glance into it. I have one of these little stand-up makeup mirrors. I think most people do, somewhere around the house. It's probably sitting on a dresser or something. And I was just having a really hard series of meetings and stuff one day at the office, and I could just feel myself tensing up. And I thought, well, I wonder what I look like when I get this way, because I believe people can hear you smile. And nowadays, if you're Zooming, they can even see you smile. Well, they can also see if you're not smiling. So I thought it would be sort of interesting to see what I'm looking like as I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. So I put this mirror on the desk, and my reflection in the mirror was amazing. I glance over there, and there was an old grump looking at me. She was frowny. There were deep furrows in my brow. My eyebrows were tightened up. That reminded me, lighten up, kid. This isn't the end of the world. Get a grip here. Chill out. And just being able to see yourself as you're coming across to others can really help you in managing your stress. Another thing that I find is helpful to me is to make a list. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to accomplish everything on the list. Chances are really good I'm not, because I can make a list like nobody's business of all the things that I would like to accomplish in a day. But what I look at after I've made the list is, say, wow, I got a bunch of junk here I need to handle. I'm never going to get all this done. So I got to make my peace with that. But what's my priority here? What things really need doing? Can I make sure I get those big things on my list taken care of instead of getting bogged down in the minutia of some of the little things on the list that really doesn't matter that much whether I get it done or not? Like dusting the house. I mean, I'm a firm believer that my relatives have come here to stay as dust on my furniture, and I really don't want to dust too much because I don't want them to leave. I sort of like knowing that those who have gone before me are around to give me advice in times of stress. And if you believe that, good on you. The next thing that I'd like you to sort of think about is doing something nice for yourself every day. If not, if you don't move yourself up higher on that priority list, you might do what my dad always said was start giving with an empty vessel. You've used up all of the reserves that you had within yourself, and you actually need to re-energize, refuel, reinvigorate your own self. Even on the most busy day, you can grab a couple minutes to stop and smell the roses, or even a scented candle that you like just because it smells nice, or feel the sun on your face, or dance along with some music, or just look out the window and feel the wind blowing through. So many little things, just something nice for you every day. Doesn't take long, doesn't have to be big, but appreciate yourself and the effort you're making in the world. When stress, people tend to reach for food. Have you noticed that? That is high in fat and sugar. It releases some endorphins and some serotonin, and you get that feel-good feeling when you eat those things, which, is a good way to, feeling good about things is a good way to reduce stress. Not exactly the technique you should be using, but have you ever noticed those are some of the things you tend to gravitate toward? Is there any kind of a healthy snack that you could have handy when hunger really isn't the issue, but being frustrated, having a stress attack, or just being overwhelmed might be what's causing you to have this desire for this feel-good moment? Uh, be prepared, like the Boy Scouts say. Have a plan in place just in case. Another thing that you can try to do is make just one change, one small change. Even if you're overwhelmed by so much stuff that you're handling, so many responsibilities, the world is going to collapse if you don't do it all and do it all absolutely perfectly. You're facing unpleasant realities. Simply doing one thing right can get the ball rolling in the right direction, and you can check it off that list that you made. I got that done. Good for me. Things aren't totally out of control. I am beginning to get a grip and to get in charge. It's going to be okay. Another thing, and this is probably one of my most difficult challenges, my biggest effort has to be made in this area is to remember that the word no can be the greatest stress buster in your arsenal of tools. Practice using a polite reply like, "No, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do that." It'll save you from squandering endless hours trying to fill someone else's priorities at the expense of your own. I used to think my mouth would only form the word yes, but I learned that I can do an empathetic no and just let go of it. I'm not Superwoman. I cannot do it all. And that in and of itself is admitting your limitations can be very helpful in reducing stress. Take some time off. And by that, I mean time off. Don't add a chore into your break. Oh, well, I've got 15 minutes here. I think I'll go fold laundry. Or I've got 10 minutes here. I think I'll go sweep the front porch. Or I've got 5 minutes here. I'll just type up this little email that I needed to send out. No, that's not taking a break. Take a break. Give yourself a real break. Go outside in the fresh air, take some breaths, listen to some quiet music, smell that candle, smell those flowers. Take a break. And then my last tip, and I'll close with that today, is just be yourself. You have enough challenges in the world without trying to fit somebody else's mold. Just relax, do what you can where you are with what you have, and just be you and smile and remember to be grateful for the life you have in this moment in time. I'm going to get out of here and go do something nice for myself. Wish it was a massage. I will talk to you later. Bye for now.